In the Atacama Desert in the north of Chile, just outside of the town of Antofagasta, is a sculpture. This sculpture holds a special place in this trip and a special place for me. Let's ride out there together and let me tell you about what it means to me.
Good morning from Antofagasta, I don't know how to say it. But we are riding again today. We rode yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before, and we have been going. So we've got some cool stuff today. I'm able to slow down a bit, which will be nice. Take a few days off the bike and recover. So I'm looking forward to that, but I've got one really cool thing to do. I have obviously been into motorcycling for a very long time. I have read and seen many South American rides and been fascinated by them. It's part of what motivated me to do this at the beginning. And one of those spots that has always fascinated me, I've dreamt about, is this morning. So that is such a huge thing for me. It's always cool when you get to check off, something you've dreamt of for years. That's a big thing. Always Jesus.
Mano Del Desierto, or Hand of the Desert, is a 35-foot tall sculpture that was built and inaugurated in 1992. The sculpture is there as a reminder of the human rights violations that occurred during the dictatorship in Chile between the 1970s and 1980s.
All right, so that was the Hand in the Desert, Mano Del Desierto. That holds a very significant meaning for me. I got rather emotional, actually. I've read a lot of reports of people who have ridden South America, and when I did, especially many years ago, I thought it was something that I would never be able to do or could ever do. And the fact that I've done it, and it's my turn, and I get to do it, just means so much to me. It's hard to put into words the accomplishment that I feel for riding this little motorcycle to some place that I've dreamed of for so many years and seen so many pictures of from other motorcycle travelers. It's a long ways down here, and I did it all, with setbacks included. I've had an amazing adventure, and I still have a very long time to go. But still a very amazing adventure. This is one of those points where I realize just how special it is what I get to do and how rare it is. So few people really get the chance or take the time or the chance on themselves to go do something like this. It's easy to look at Instagram and YouTube and Adventure Rider and maybe places like that where this stuff gets pushed at you constantly and you see it. And you think that it's normal and common. And well, there's certainly a fair number of people doing it. It's not common by any means. It's a very small percentage of people that do this. Some days I pinch myself and wonder how it ended up being me getting the opportunity to do it. You can look back in life and realize that it's not a single thing. It took a lot of different ups and downs and circumstances for me to end up here. I rarely talk about anything personal or about myself. I try to leave it about the travel and maybe my positive and negative emotions, but rarely my history and my personal life. But, part of how I ended up here is a fair bit of heartache involved. I am in my early 40s and still single, and that's part of how I can afford to do this. But to be single in my 40s, I had to go through some hard times. I learned hard lessons doing it, but all of it added up to setting me up to being here. Same with my work. I haven't talked about it. I never went to college. I started working very young, doing very entry-level and manual labor jobs, and got a job at a company that took very good care of me and let me work my way up over a long number of years. I was there 16 years. I started at an entry-level phone answering job, and I ended up in one of the most important positions running computer systems in the company. And that gave me a lot of opportunities in life and led me on to other jobs where I met other people who were very good to me, and other places that I worked, and I got other opportunities to learn new skills to make a real career out of it. Without those opportunities, I couldn't be here either. If I was working an entry-level job still without an education, I wouldn't have the opportunity to do what I'm doing. But there were some hard times in that process. There were lean times when I wasn't sure how to pay rent. There were times when I couldn't pay my car insurance. My first motorcycle was a $400 Honda because I couldn't afford anything more, but I wanted to ride. Between the heartache, those hard times, the lean times, you gain a perspective on life, and it makes you appreciate things like what I'm doing now so much more, because there was a time when just the notion of this was something that I could never even dream of, because I had no path to get there. I didn't know what the path to get there was, so I couldn't even dream about it because it was so far out there. Through a combination of hard work and determination and luck, pure luck, I found myself in the position to be able to do this. I'm just so amazed and so grateful that I get to do it. So yeah, that was enough sentimentalness for me. My turn's coming up here in 3 miles, so we will head to the beach, get some beers, and relax and watch the waves roll in for a couple of days. Take it easy and try to process all the emotions that I'm going through. So let's keep going.
It's not as simple as black and white. You had the best years of my life, and out of sight isn't always out of mind. You had the best years of my life. Radio's playing in the kitchen again, all dressed up, hey, it's only pretend. What are you doing by 5 p.m.? I can't help but thinking that you and I'd be coming home in a town we'll never know, to a house we'll never own. And anytime I come in late, you won't ever make that face. Our tomorrow's yesterday's.
The striking, that water is so blue. Beautiful. With the contrast to the hill color of the hills and the rock.
And anytime I come in late, you won't ever make that face. Our tomorrow's yesterday's. Our tomorrow's yesterday's. Our tomorrow's yesterday.